Okay, so if you could introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about TC India and why you're doing this.
TC-GGBS India, yeah,
Yes.
that's it. Well, I'm Preeta Singh, and I've spent a large part of my working career in advertising and communication with Ogilvy. And a couple of years ago, when I stepped out of that situation and said, what do I really want to do with my time going forward, the whole thought was to try and do something which made some difference to the Indian market, as it were, in the country. And really that embarked us on this journey to come in and meet up with tomorrow's company in the UK. And now we're bringing them back into India. And the whole opportunity really is, when we look at India and the stage of development, both social, economic development that we see it today, and the experience that I've had in my previous work career, to bring the two together and be able to make business, make enterprise a little more conscious of what really is their influence and how powerful they are in helping shape a better and more inclusive India as we go forward. So that's really the motivation.
And how was your week here, and what's your impression of your UK colleagues?
Well, I must say, when we came in last Sunday, and these 5 days have been enormously enriching and challenging in a sense, because much as we know the subjects, but once you dive deep into it, there is so much that we still need to come to terms with. And I think the biggest challenge and the biggest kind of realization in these 5 days has been that how to take all this back and connect it with the situation on the ground in India. And I think that is what we will bring to the table eventually to tomorrow's company, GGBS India. And that is what really, frankly, motivates me. But what I have found here is an amazing kind of energy of young volunteers who are out of academia, and they've just stepped out, and we've got experienced specialists, and it's that entire ferment that happens. I think that is what, to me, is extremely interesting, and it's something that I hope we can recreate back in India.
So what do you see happening in the next 3 months, and where would you like to see TCGGBS in 3 years?
Well, next 3 months is really what I would call, start with the bang, in the sense that given the macro kind of environment in which India finds itself, governance is a burning issue. And I think against that backdrop, we have a great opportunity to really make a difference. So we want to launch appropriately and go to what I call the early birds, the people who really want to partner with us, with TCGGBS in India, and start the journey. So I think that, to me, would be the agenda in the next 90 days, as it were. Next 3 years, I think if we manage to do what we want to seek to do, I think we would have a mini revolution marching along, and in the whole providing sustainable development and growth. And I think that, to me, is the point of arrival.
And a final question, you've already touched on these things, but any particular opportunities or challenges that you think you'll be facing getting this mini revolution going?
I think the biggest opportunity is, in a fairly evangelistic kind of fashion, is spreading the message. I don't think there is any, as I said, the backdrop is there, the environment is ready for this, but to demystify this, to make it simple to work with, small steps that can lead you to a giant leap kind of thing. People are aware, media is full of it, it engages a lot of people in discussion, organizations, corporates, government, but is there a handleable way of doing it? So I think we can make our little contribution in that space, and that, to me, is the first step. So whether it's talking to young minds in institutions, educational institutions, helping them understand the whole issue of sustainable development, whether it is talking to practicing professionals in corporate India, So different, it's really seeding the backdrop is there, but making sense, helping make a little more sense so that it becomes a workable, deliverable solution.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.